So Jesus says, take courage. The root word of courage is heart. Heart. Jesus inviting them and inviting us. Look into your heart. Look at what you've been reflecting on, talking about. Cherish the experience of how you just shared those moments in that boat, whatever else was going on. And of course, that's as true for us as any. We've got to take to heart that Jesus continues to be with us, regardless of what turmoil and torture or upsetness we deal with. And it's important, again, self-care, whatever we want to call it, to take special time, whether it's 1 minute or 10 minutes, whatever the case may be. It's necessary for us to provide that time so that in reflecting on it, we can really, again, hear those words of, yes, take it to heart. I am present within you, and that presence will never go away. And so as you reflect on how you experience my presence, that, again, is enriching as an individual. As you share with one another how you experience my presence, look at the energy that can be created. And so Jesus is saying, take courage. It is I. Some scripture scholars say that the real expression that Jesus used was, I am, which goes back to Moses saying, all right, I'm supposed to go to the Egyptians and tell them to release your people from slavery. Who should I say sent me? And God said, say, I am sent you. So John's gospel has a number of I am statements. I am the living bread. I am living water. I am the light of the world. All expressions of Jesus saying, I reveal who God is. And so Jesus saying, I am present here as the one to reveal to anybody and everybody the presence of God. And so he emphasizes that by saying, don't be afraid. We know how powerful fear is. And it's important, again, for us, can't emphasize it enough, that when we are afraid, when we are in turmoil, that we provide ourselves at least a couple of seconds to check in. I've referred before to John Prine's song, Hello in There. And so that we, again, take courage, look into our hearts and say, hello in there, Jesus, dwelling within. Take away my fear or help me deal with it in a constructive fashion. The other part about Jesus walking on the water, could it be a symbol that Jesus his time in the mountain freed him of the various burdens he experienced with the death of John the Baptist? His concerns, should he continue revealing the love of God? Does he really want to take the chance, which doesn't look like much of a chance to him? It looks like a pretty clear certainty that he too is going to suffer horribly and most likely be killed for revealing the love of God for all people. Jesus comes from that mountain experience and is just free. And so can we see that Jesus walking on the water he's lightened himself. And that we know what that's like to be free, to be unburdened, and that we use expressions like it's like walking on air. Anyway, so Dear old Peter, Lord, if it is you, if it is you. What a lesson Peter has to teach us. What would it have been like for Peter to say, I believe it's you, Jesus, and therefore invite me to come to you on the water? But so from the get-go, we know that Peter's going to sink if you are. If it is. And when he sinks, what does Jesus do? He reaches out his hand. Now, Jesus does say, "O you of little faith." But we need to take that into context again. Jesus was only describing what was real. He wasn't scolding Peter any more than he scolds us. Again, we want to focus on the action of Jesus, namely the gesture of his reaching out his hand to Peter. And then Peter and Jesus get in the boat. The wind dies down. We really can accept that Jesus is present to us. Hopefully we too will experience the wind of confusion and hurt and pain and agony and frustration and disillusionment and everything else that troubles us, that all go away, or at least be minimized to the degree that we can say, all right, I can get up and get going again, or take care of whatever I'm here to take care of. And they in turn said, truly, you are the Son of God. And of course, they were paying great tribute to Jesus. But hopefully, as we say, yes, Jesus, I believe in you, we also take a moment to reflect on, and what are we saying about ourselves when we say that? Jesus, you are the Son of God. Jesus will respond and say, so are you, son, daughter.